Hey, good afternoon. It's Mary Lou Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sulphur Springs, Texas. Welcome to my Wednesday Facebook Live. I usually do these on Monday or Tuesday, but it didn't work out this week. So as long as I can do one a week, I'm happy, even if you have to kind of anticipate and wait on me. I'm going to get my iPad going so I can see comments. Hopefully. Turn it down because I don't think you need to see that. Alright, so today, let me see here. It's looking a little like you're wanting to be pointed the wrong direction. That's why I like to use my iPad. Nope, that didn't work either. My phone looks level, but then whenever I see it on the camera here on my iPad, it's sort of wonky. You know, we can't have wonky. That's pretty good. Hey, Deborah, I see you hopped on, Debbie. Welcome. So what I was going to demonstrate today are some cute little treat holders. When I saw this die set in the annual catalog, it's on page 172. It's the mini pocket envelope. It's $29. There are 10 dies. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to want that. See how it has this N beside it? That means new. So this was the first time that it had been in the catalog. So I kind of waited and finally hopped on it. I was going to show you when I got the dies. I did some demonstrating. I used the dies and cut out some of the pieces to see what in the world are they. The only one I didn't cut out this rectangle, but I cut this one out, and I haven't exactly figured out how to use it yet. I was hoping somebody else would do a video and show me what in the world do you do with that. I think this is like the paper hole punch when you punch holes and you need the reinforcers. And then I cut out one of the envelopes. So once I cut out one of the envelopes and kind of pre-assembled it, I could see that that was going to fit a gift card, which was exciting because sometimes some of our things you think are going to work don't. Oh, look at this. What a neat way to give a thank you gift. Money folds up great. I have put a Ghirardelli square in this one. I have some chocolates, Hershey milk chocolate bars that fit right down into it. Not so much with the gift card in it. The gift card makes it not as flexible. So what I do want to caution you about is what you use to adhere along the edges. I was going to show you from kind of start to finish. I used a piece of designer series paper. I cut them in half at 6 inches. And you're like, where did you get this paper? This paper is part of the Host Celebrate Everything. And you get that as a host when your party is over $150. It says it's an $18 value. But it has got Halloween, Christmas, because it's got holly. Let me show you the one that really caught my eye. I was seeing people use this one, and I'm like, where in the world did they even get that paper? It's hiding. It's in the mini, and it's back here in the back. Look, it's right here. Well, I'm not sure I ever looked at these pages because this is the hosting is rewarding. So when your party sales are over $150, you get 10% as stamping rewards. So you can use that to purchase this set. It says it's $13. This one is $18. So I guess your party would have to be like $180 to get that one. But it's 48 sheets, 4 each of 12 pieces. So it's kind of like through the holiday season, 4th of July. Of course, this catalog goes out in December, but these are such practical papers. So I'm going to work real hard to try to use it up. And then I found that Halloween one. And this one has stars. So when you cut your envelope out of the piece that has the pumpkins on it, then I use the stars to punch out the little witch's hat with the witch hat builder punch. And the back side of the stars is that plaid, and it also punches out little individual stars at the same time. With one punch you get all 3 sets. I believe this one, the back side, could be Valentine, because those kind of look like hearts to me. So I would love to host a workshop for you. We could talk about where to have it, who to invite. You only need like 4 or 5 of your friends. It doesn't need to be a whole house full of people to enjoy. I provide one make and take card, and we kind of, when you do a workshop, you go through the catalog a little bit and talk about the different products, but I call them private card parties. So I've done the die cutting already. I thought that would be easier than trying to put my mini cut and stamp and emboss machine up here in the middle of everything. And I have gotten, I think we sold this really narrow tear and tape, but we don't sell that anymore. Our regular tear and tape is a little bit too wide to go on the flaps that they have given us. I always pre-fold because it does emboss as it cuts out, so you can see where you need to fold it. So I do the scoring and the folding. All right, come on, iPad. It's not wanting to cooperate. It finally popped back up. So when you fold in those pieces, I try to make sure they kind of butt up just to touch each other a little bit there to make a nicer fold. And I think what I'm going to try today is glue. I'm not a glue person as a rule, but you've got to use some pretty serious adhesive, to keep this together. And one reason I don't like glue is because it's messy. And I store these upside down in a little holder. I'll show you my holder. Cheryl's husband, Rick, they have a small 3D printer, and we had bought some at a convention we went to. It's hiding back here behind my iPad. It's purple. So he took the one that she bought and did a prototype, and this is what he came up with. So that's a good way to store your Tombow, so it's ready to go. Get that out of the way. All right, wish me luck. I don't have any wet ones right here by me. I'm going to use my finger to kind of smear that glue out some. If I'm going to get sticky, I might as well just get sticky. And then I start over here at the big fold and work my way over to the open area. So we'll let that sit and see. Oh, that's stuck to papers over on that table. Let me get a wet wipe, because otherwise everything I touch, I'm going to stick to it. Drives me crazy. I have applied some of the double-sided tape or tear and tape. This narrow, went ahead and kind of pre-did some of them so it wouldn't take quite so long. I'm going to give these to our doctor's office. We've gone to the same orthopedic specialist now for 4 or 5 years, and I've not done anything for them. It's kind of not a touchy-feely environment at his place. It's pretty much all business, but the last couple of weeks we've become on a first name basis with some of the nurses because I had to call and call and call. So the pumpkin is in the Hello Harvest, and I did it on pumpkin pie, which isn't listed as one of the coordinating colors, but it's fall, so it has green and red and yellow and orange, and then I use the die to cut it out. So that was another way to use more product. And then my thank you is from the Go-To Greetings, and I chose the one that would fit on the tag that I had cut with the dies, because it has that nice tag that's scalloped. Get this out of the way. It would probably fit, well, it would not fit on that one, but it would probably fit on that one. But it was perfect on that scalloped one. So, and then the leaf is also in the Hello Harvest dies, the oak leaf. I could have stamped it because there is a stamp, and I tried that. But this, as you can see, is the inside of the envelope when it's folded. So it was kind of a neat way to use the extra piece of that was left, because this one has the crushed curry stripes. And I did mount this on dimensionals so that it stood up just a little bit. And I think I'm just going to put a little Hershey bar in there and just say thank you, because we were there 2.5 hours yesterday. We watched them come and go and come and go. But we got to go back in a couple of weeks. So I stuck the leaf behind this label, and I just did the label directly onto the pumpkin. So I knew I was doing a bunch, and I just kind of mass produced. I cut out, I think I cut out 7 or 8 of these, which meant I had to stamp and cut out 7 or 8 pumpkins and leaves and the thank you, so I could get a bunch made. And while I was at it, I found that piece that had the pumpkins. I'll show you that in just a second. And I die cut some of those out. You can get 4 from a sheet of 12 by 12 paper. So if you have a lot of paper that you would like to get rid of kind of quickly, this would be a great way to do that. And I thought about putting a sparkly, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave them just like that, since it is the first time I've made something for them. I didn't feel like I needed to go over the top with it. I take stuff to the dentist often, so I'm always on the lookout for cute little gift packaging things. I kind of laugh because I'll take chocolates to the dentist. I'm like, you're gonna have to brush your teeth after you eat my treat. And see, I stamped that leaf, but I wasn't real in love with it. I'm gonna use it on this one because I've stamped it and I don't want it left laying on my table. Fixing to straighten my craft room up really good. Get ready for the new year. The new Stampin' Up! Year begins October the 1st. Everything resets back to 0, and it's important that if you have a title that you're trying to maintain, that you've reached your goals by September 30th, because at midnight, you're done for the year. So those are the fall ones. Here are the really cute, and I just did them all alike, and I said thank you. So I'm probably going to mix those up when I give them out. I've already done up a few Christmas ones because, you know, I have the vendor booth. So I tried to keep them kind of simple also. I had bits and pieces. This pine cone bundle, it's called Christmas Season. It has some great dies. I don't think my dies are right here. I have my stamps right here. But I had a bunch of those pine cones left over from last year, and I thought that the stamp set was going to be retired, but it carried forward into the annual catalog. I also had that sparkle die, that piece left, so I think it's probably retired. And this paper returned. I loved this paper. You can't really put a ribbon. You could tie a bow, and you could use any kind of sparkles. But I do want to caution you to make sure that you have it glued together really well along this edge so that they don't pop apart on you. Whether you use glue or, I just don't think our tear and tape will work. I just don't think that that little flap is quite wide enough. It's gonna hang over. I don't know. It might be exactly. If you put it on exactly, you could use this. And just, you know, the heat of your hand helps adhere it better. So let me kind of move these out of the way. I wanted to show you another thing or two. I got a new embossing folder. I was going to show you that. It's in the Holiday Mini. So what I did with it also, when I got it in my hands, I went ahead and did some die cutting. You can do it this way, and I've seen some cute stuff. I can't wait to make cards. Or you can do it that way. And it is called, let me find it, Whimsical Woodland 3D. So, look at that. All by itself, that would be awesome. And I did it on white, but you know what? I think it'd be really nice done on any of the foils or blue or green. I just thought I'd kind of tempt you with that because that's pretty cool. And you wouldn't have to use the whole piece if you didn't want to. You can kind of pick and choose where you put this in the embossing folder to get the different trees that you would like. So this one's going to be fun. And the last thing I was going to show you, I got my paper pumpkin kit. And I was going to kind of do an unboxing. They always put a teaser flyer in the top. They're talking about the perks of being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, because sometimes they have extra kits, they call them refills, that you can purchase, but you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get to it. But they're what they are calling all-inclusive kits. The very first kit you get the block. And so you hang on to that, because then each kit that comes, you'll get a ink, well, what do they call it? Stamping spots right there in front of me, to use with your block. And you get the stamp sets that are exclusive to these kits. It coordinates with other catalog products like the card stocks. So the one for October is Ho Ho Ho, the season to be jolly. You've got time to subscribe. I believe it's $22 a month for all of this. And if you do any searching online or on Facebook, you see other companies that provide card kits, and we're right in line with the prices for what you get. Usually there's plenty of extra free product, like to use on your own. And it always comes wrapped in a coordinating tissue so that it's the suspense builds as you do your unboxing. And I'm going to move this out of the way. So the stamp sets, and look at all this stuff. Where are my skizzers? Here they are. They're supposed to be little treat boxes. Spooky treats, paper pumpkin. I always just throw the outer wrap here away because it's not usable for anything else. Move these out of the way. In this one, you have your own tear and tape and your stars. These are probably the treat boxes. Oh, you have some dimensionals. So it's kind of fun. Oh, black, orange, Orchid Oasis, because the stamp set was Orchid Oasis, and white. And then the laser cut embellishments, little bats on tags, ghosts. Here are your glue dots. That's why they say all inclusive. You get all of that. Y'all, I'm not a spider fan, so mine's probably not going to have spiders on it. I'll figure out something. But then look at the instructions. And I am not an outside the box person. Pretty much do it the way they show. So somewhere there's going to be either a box that has that cut out. There's some way to do that. I didn't see it right off. Oh, here it is right here with that design. And it is a spider web design. That's fine, but I am not going to hang that spider web. I don't know what I'll do. So trick or treat. And then when you open this up, they've gotten to where they show you which stamp you're going to need. They show you how to put that box together, because this is going to be one that you're going to have to kind of stop and think about. What to use on the back. Like this one, you're going to need dimensionals because it's the little shape of the dimensional. If it's a glue dot, it's usually, it's usually just a little dot. And like I said, I nearly always do it by the book here. But they show you the pieces that you need. I'm glad they finally are doing them in color. This one does show the summary of all the pieces that you need. And then this one, there are always a few extras. Your creativity is limitless. Gives you a picture of everything that's in the kit. So you can see for $22, you make 18 treat boxes. You could hand them out at Halloween, give them to your grandchildren, let them take them to school for their friends, give them to your friends. Maybe you have some spooky friends that would really enjoy that. My mother and Daddy got married on Halloween. That's just a little side story there. Daddy said he went trick-or-treating, and he knocked on this door, and my grandmother answered, and he said trick-or-treat, and she says trick, and she pushed my mother out on him. So I don't believe that one bit. But that was his story, and he was going to stick to it just to tease his children. So, all right. Well, that was what I had for you today. I just wanted to show you this envelope, mini envelope die. And there is also a tag die in the holiday mini catalog. It's coming. It'll be here tomorrow. Let me see. What page is that one on? I didn't look it up first, but I think I'll find it. It's kind of hiding. So sign-ups, I'm still taking sign-ups for my bundle class on October the 6th. It is the trimming the tree. Well, I say I'll find it. not find it on that first go through. It's $35. If you take the to-go option, you will pay for shipping or mailing, which is usually $8.40. We'll make 5 cards. You get a half a package of paper, a roll of ribbon, and the embellishments. All right, where is that? Snowman, Golden Beauty, Holly Mary, Lights Glow, Rustic Pumpkin, Gingerbread. It's not Tree Box. Thought it was something tags. Well, anyway, I can show you next time, so I'm not just taking your time here. You know, it has these summary pages. So we're using the nice thing about trimming the tree, they released dies that coordinate with that. So we're not going to have to cut stuff out by hand. Because when I made my sample cards, I had to cut stuff out by hand because I didn't know there were going to be dies. I didn't have any dies to cut it out with. But until September 30th, you can get coordinating dies for that, trimming the tree. So we're going to combine some bundles for that class, but I would really like for some more people to sign up for it. So, all right. If you don't have any questions, that's all I have for you today. And I hope to see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.